Annually, about $50 billion were the product of the Israel and US firm commercial and economic bilateral trade relations, given that their relations are composed of different agreements. Treaties, namely the Agreement on Trade in Agricultural Products and the 1985 United States-Israel Free Trade Agreement. Last on the list is the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Both countries, the United States and Jordan, maintain to profit from an extensive economic partnership. The vital component of both countries' relationship is the U.S.-Jordan Free Trade Agreement. In December 2001, the U.S.-Jordan Free Trade Agreement came into effect. In this agreement, the trade barriers and duties to bilateral trade in services and commodities that originate in the U.S. and Jordan have been removed.
Moving on to the last part of this episode, we will highlight the U.S. security policies towards the Middle East by looking into the post-Cold War foreign policies of the U.S., which aim to protect America and disrupt the activities of the international network of terrorist organizations, and how the September 11 attacks reshaped the relationship of the United States with the Arab and Muslim world. One of the most prominent foreign policies of the U.S. in the 20th century would be its security policies in the Middle East, particularly with the global war on terror. There are various security policies that the United States have acted upon since the end of the Cold War. Attention was diverted towards the Persian Gulf War in 1990 when Saddam Hussein's annexation of Kuwait, which the US initially believed could be resolved peacefully. When this was not realized, President Bush brought forth a coalition which almost all countries in the pursuit of defeating Saddam Hussein would be referred to as Operation Desert Storm. Also known as the First Space War for being the first major operation that extensively used space-enabled capabilities which supported the US to successfully establish their presence in the region. In a neighboring country, the US also created the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, otherwise known as the Iran nuclear deal, due to the perceived threat of Iran's need to acquire nuclear weapons and thus averting a possible nuclear war. Another US security policy within the region was its venture into waging war against Iraq due to its belief that President Saddam Hussein was concealing their development of weapons of mass destruction. It was believed that the US grew suspicious of any more potential rise of terrorism within the region, which resulted in the invasion of Iraq, only to find that their assumption was inaccurate. This has snowballed into several political issues which gave rise to insurgencies and even the growth of the Islamic State.